let's get into it. Hunter, starting you off for our final set of predictions with Nintendo. What have you got for us?
Oh, I'm gonna just double down on something I semi-predicted at the beginning of the year.
He's fucking
they're gonna
going
show
for it.
They're gonna show a 2D Metroid game at this direct.
Oh, I've also got that on my list. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, you guys laughed at me. Laughed at me when I put that down.
I believe it now. I 100% believe in it. My prediction I wrote is Metroid is acknowledged. We'll say they have no news like of Metroid Prime 4 like they did with Breath of the Wild 2, basically pull another Aonuma. However, they will announce a 2D Metroid for Nintendo Switch. It'll be out in late September, and it's a new entry in the Metroid franchise. It's not a remake. It's a new 2D Metroid game. Yeah. That's my prediction. Why late September? That to me screams late September to me. It screams like a game that Nintendo's just like, September, fucking throw. You know?
that was around the time that I think the Metroid 2 remake. So
when Samus Returns came out, probably. But no, I agree with that. I think it's a strong one. I also, I feel like Metroid is going to get some love here. I feel like it will do that. I feel like you also have like a 50-50 chance of the Prime trilogy finally coming to Nintendo Switch as well. But
that'd be nice.
I honestly feel like in the world we live in right now, the 2D Metroid thing is the most likely scenario out of all of them, surprisingly enough. But yeah, I rate that one. Good prediction. Kyle?
All right. The final 2 Smash Fighters are going to be shown. Both of them are third-party characters. One's coming out at the end of summer, and the other will be coming out near the end of the year.
Okay. Are you going to say what they are? You got to do it.
To have them not count for points?
No points. Just
okay. I want Dante.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My man Dante. He's gonna be the first.
Dude, if he does get announced and we're not there to react to it, it will be a shame because.
Oh, I'm gonna be there.
Oh,
I won't be, and my screen will break the sound barrier.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be big monkey brain and fucking clapping, whatever it is. We're gonna be there like it's Bandana Waddle Dee, and I'll be like, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, if it's Bandana D, that'd be kind of funny.
I have got a Smash. I have got a further Smash thing. Are you ready for this one? It's a very big one. I still right. My prediction for Summer Game Fest was that a character gets announced and a second one will get announced at the Direct. That in my head is the only way that 2 fighters are getting announced. Is one at Summer Game Fest. The final one will wrap up the Fighters Pass in the Direct.
You think so?
That's how I feel. But here's my prediction
out of curiosity, why is that?
Pardon? Because
why do you think that way?
Because everyone's expecting 2 reveals. Let's be real here. That's everyone's prediction, is that they're going to do both of them at the same time. And I feel like the most Nintendo thing to do is to tell everyone to go fuck themselves and act like they aren't going to do 2 reveals, then to only have technically done 2 reveals, just split them up by 3 days. I feel like that's what they're going to do, where they're going to... If they're going to do 2, to me, it's 100%. Keighley has announced Joker, and he also announced Sephiroth. So to me, it makes 100% sense for them to go, oh, yeah, you're doing Summer Game Fest? We'll give you... Fighter, whatever it is now. We'll give you the second class fighter.
We'll give you Bandana D.
Yeah, we'll give you the second class fighter.
I feel like if they were gonna do one, if there's a third party character left, that's what Keely's getting.
I 100% think that they're gonna rock up and they go, hey Keely, here's the character, and all Keely's gonna go, and there you go. There's your look at the latest Smash fighter from the Fighters Pass, and be sure to tune into Nintendo Treehouse Live on Tuesday if you want to see the gameplay in action. And he's gonna do something like that. And then Nintendo's going to be like, very good, everyone thinks that the Smash Fighter's revealed. So they go into the Direct, and everyone will be fucking depressed because they know that there are no Smash Fighter reveals. And then they'll pull a fucking middle finger out of a hat, and then the final one's also announced at the Direct. That's how I feel that Nintendo will do it, because you never trust Nintendo to do anything conventional. So that's why I think that's going to happen.
Like the actual most Nintendo thing to do is just show one of them.
Yeah,
and everyone
100%.
Thinks there's 2.
Yeah.
I think the most Nintendo
So, I feel like that's my prediction. There's one Smash character shown sometime in the Direct.
I 100% also believe that Nintendo,
which means the final one's probably going to be disappointing.
Yeah, the most conventional thing for Nintendo to also do
is again.
The most conventional thing to do, Hunter, is to announce the Smash Fighter at Jeff Keighley's thing, so that then I'm in fake belief of, oh my god, I'm right, and then get through the direct, and there is no other fighter. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. But no. So that's how I think it's going to happen. But here's my prediction for if there's one Smash Fighter and if it is in the Nintendo Direct. If there is a Smash Fighter in the Direct, here's my prediction, right? New Smash Bros. Character is announced. Don't tell Jack, it's Crash Bandicoot. That is my prediction. I'm going full in. The stage is the time twister machine from Crash 3, and you'll travel to different Crash worlds and see different enemies in the background. It'll be a flying stage that everyone hates, especially Smash fans. Coca will not be a skin, like Minecraft Steve or whatever, but she will have a Mii Brawler costume. Cortex will have a Mii Gunner costume and will be the best thing ever, keeping the tradition of Mii Gunner costumes being the best thing in Smash Bros. Ultimate.
He's right.
They will go out of their way to explicitly state that the next character is the final addition to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and that they should please look forward to it. Everyone will then be upset when there's no second one, and the second character will be shit. That is my full prediction. That the last part was just for bonus points and to make people upset, but that's my prediction for if the one happens. I know we say all these what ifs. What if it's Dante? What if it's fucking what Bandana Waddle Dee? The two fan favorites, right?
Name a more iconic duo.
Like, I know a lot of people have like when me and Cal were like, we're hopeful Pyro and Mythra get in to Smash. There was a part of me that was like, it's not happening, right? There was a small part of me like, I hope. With Fighters Pass 2, I kind of was like, there's no way one of these characters isn't fucking Aegis at this point, and thankfully I was right. To me, there is just no, and I can't wait for to be proven wrong by Sakurai. But in my head, there is no way that this game ends with Crash not being in it. And this seems like the most logical pick out of all of them. Crash 4 recently got ported. All the Crash games that since the re-release have been on there and have sold incredibly well. Activision is 100% a company where if Nintendo went, here's some money, let us use Crash, they'd be like, yes, thank you, fucking have him. Do you want to make the games as well? Because we can't be arsed. That's an Activision kind of way.
Yeah.
And he just fits like right in. He's like he's the missing platforming mascot other than Rayman.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Rayman's going to happen just because of Ubisoft putting him in their own fighting game, Brawlhalla.
He's already in Brawlhalla, so he can't be in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
Yeah. So my whole thing is, I don't want Jack to get excited. That's the thing. That's why I say don't tell Jack. But in my head, if there's two characters left and there's only one third party character left and the other one's some shitty Pokemon that no one cares about, I feel like it's Crash Bandicoot. And I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm not saying that as a Crash Bandicoot fan. I'm saying that as a genuine look at the industry, look at the games that we have left on the plate. It's the one that makes the most sense. Will it end up being something that no one will see coming? Probably, but to me, I'm that confident to say that it's Crash that I'm putting it as the prediction.
Monster
Hunter. No.
Mega Man X.
Dude, I would be annoyed if you'd put X in instead of 0. That'd be silly.
That would be silly.
It would be silly. But no, I 100%. I can see we're definitely getting one character this weekend. This next week we're definitely seeing one of the final fighters. If I was Sakurai and I was smart, I'd show both so that people don't have time to get excited for the final fighter to be disappointed. But I think we're seeing at least one, and I think it's Crash. And I'll be disappointed if it isn't, but also gut feeling this time. Similar to how I had a gut feeling that the last one was finally going to be Pyro and Mythra, and I was right. So, gut feeling. I'm going to go with it. But no.
Yeah. I just think we're getting two characters shown again because they've done that before with Hero starting their E3 conference and Banjo ending it. So I think it's entirely possible they do that again.
I agree. And like I say, there's so many weird ways for Nintendo to do it. They could put one with Jeff, put one in the Direct. They could put both in the Direct. They could give Jeff both of them and laugh at the Direct. They could do anything with it, right?
That'd be super weird.
There are so many.
They could announce Doom Guy at the Xbox event.
Genuinely, there are so many ways for them to show both of them that I think both of them might happen. I feel like we're definitely getting one, but we'll see. Hunter, next prediction, please.
Oh, okay. So we see a little bit of the Breath of the Wild sequel, and it gets a actual title.
Very cool. My
Probably not a
prediction
date,
on
though.
this was Breath of the Wild 2 has a full-blown trailer. Name is revealed. It's coming in March 2022.
Mm-hmm.
People will be sad it's not this year. And Aonuma will apologize that it's not coming out this year. But please play Skyward Sword while you wait during Zelda's 35th. Is the way that they're going to phrase it. Is please play Skyward Sword until Breath of the Wild 2 comes out. Also, bonus points. Anyone want to guess a title? Anyone want to get... I've got one that I came up with earlier, and I'm like, I hate it, but it might be it. I feel like they're going to either keep... Here's my
I've
reasoning.
spitballed a few of them.
I feel like they're going to keep the Breath of, or they're going to keep the Of the Wild. I feel like they're going to do a generic kind of change one of the words in the title and go, that's it. That's the tweet.
That's the tweet.
The current thing I'm going to call it is The Legend of Zelda Death of the Wild, is the way that I'm going to call it for now.
That's one of the ones I've been saying. Let's see. A few weeks ago, I was being cheeky and called it like The Wild's Last Breath.
Yeah. I can 100% see it being called something stupid like Death of the Wild, and it being like all dark and edgy, and then them being like The Legend of Zelda Death of the Wild, and the flower on the Zelda logo is all withered and disgusting looking. I can 100% see them doing that, and everyone will go,
yeah,
Nintendo's a genius, dude. Nintendo, they're great. One thing, no, that was not a dog. Hunter's being beckoned. I'll add one thing to it that Hunter cannot hear. So that's just between me and you, Kyle.
Understood.
All right.
Hurry, he's putting his headphones back in.
Even though the world is basically identical to Breath of the Wild, I think the way that this game will differ, and they will say the way that this game differs, is the structure. Instead of it being for divine beasts, I feel like they are going to return to classic dungeons. However, I feel to keep the Breath of the Wild style, I believe that they are going to allow you to do the dungeons in any order. They are just scattered throughout the map, and you can do all 7 or 8 dungeons in any order you choose, is the way I believe they're going to do it.
I feel like they'd probably also still keep a heavy focus on like side quests and stuff.
100%. I feel like the way that they're going to do it is...
Water's fixed.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's expecting them to go in the opposite way. Instead of having 4 divine beasts, they're going to do actual dungeons. I think they're going to meet in the middle, where they're going to have dungeons, but they're still going to have the openness of, you can do any one of these in any order. There's going to be something like Ganon's been resurrected, and you're going to need 7 MacGuffins to deal with him, and the 7 MacGuffins are in 7 dungeons, and you can get any of the MacGuffins in any order, is the way it's probably going to work.
They made that work with like a Link Between Worlds and stuff, where you could do that in whatever order you felt like. I hope the design philosophy behind these dungeons is a bit more in depth than A Link Between the Worlds dungeons. But
I think the way that they're going to do it is, I think they're going to do it the same way that they did Shrines, where they give you all of the tools at the start.
Oh man, if they just go crazy with all the possibilities you could do in like a full dungeon in all these, that'd be so cool. I can't wait.
I think they're not going to do classic Zelda where you get an item in a dungeon that helps you solve the dungeon. I think you're going to keep the Breath of the Wild idea of having all of your mechanics from the start, but the dungeons being a test of how well do you know your mechanics, or hey, this whole dungeon is based off the idea of cryo freeze and using that in interesting ways. Like how can let's
if they went back to the like get an item in dungeon, that would be a really missed opportunity not to like take your ideas with the previous game to the fullest extent.
Yeah, that would feel like a big step back.
Especially when the design philosophy of Breath of the Wild was they didn't want to lock anything behind dungeons or they wanted to give you everything at the start so you could master the tools. I feel like it'd be a big step back to go, for the sequel, we're going to do what we said we weren't going to do with Breath of the Wild. We're just going to lock everything away. I feel like that's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
They will lock... I feel they'll lock some stuff. Like, I feel like, for example...
You'll get, like, the upgrades and stuff
Link will end up losing the Master Sword down a cliff or something, and one of the dungeons will be in a cave, and you'll end up finding it somewhere or something along those lines, you know? There'll be something like that, but...
That'd be fun.
I don't think you'll... final... This is just a fun bet, Hunter. A little fun bet between us all, I guess.
Alright.
Gonna ask the question, is Zelda playable?
Yes.
Oh, I sure hope so. It'd be cool.
I am saying
but
yes.
I'm
because
also not gonna
dream. Man, I can dream, dude. I just want Zelda to be playable. That's like, honestly, I don't care.
want to make them beholden to my hopes there, because even if she isn't and she's just around the whole game, it could still be cool. I actually really like that.
I just think it's a miss. I honestly,
Spirit Tracks did that, and it worked really well.
I don't remember who said it. I just remember someone saying to me, or watching a YouTube video, and someone saying that the perfect way for them to do the whole scale back of you're not powerful anymore from Breath of the Wild is to have you play a Zelda. And ever since someone told me that, I'm like, damn, they're right. Like having Zelda go through all the shrines and all of that stuff to get her health upgraded and stuff like that makes a lot more sense than just having Link fucking trip on lose all of his hearts.
Yeah, I feel like Nintendo is way more likely to be like, haha, you suck now, and just like smack Link with
oopsie doopsie.
Ouchie, I stubbed my toe.
You stubbed your toe and you lost all 17 hearts, you dum dum.
Samus gets knocked into a wall and then her armor breaks away.
Yeah, exactly.
The classic Metroid thing.
Yeah.
But they could still, Zelda being playable would be really cool. Wind Waker managed to make or have you like control other people in dungeons and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was jank as all fuck. As someone that played that like a decade after Wind Waker came out, it's jank. Sorry, kids.
Okay, it worked. It worked for what it was going for, and I feel like if they wanted to commit an idea,
it worked.
The idea.
It worked in the similar way that they thought Triforce Heroes worked in single player, where it's like, what if you stop the movement of your entire character, then move to another character and do something with them, and then stop the movement of them entirely, and then move back? And I'm like, there's something about this that just does not feel good. Like, it works. It theoretically works, but it doesn't feel good. It doesn't make me go, that's some juicy gameplay.
Anyway,
having to fucking
I feel like they could take that idea to a good place if they committed to it and made Zelda playable that way. That's what I was trying to say.
I mean, yeah, my whole thing is just make Zelda play it. Like, just make Zelda playable. Please, do it. Just do it. Why not?
Like, it'd be cool if she just had her own set of tools and things that made going through situations just even more options.
I'm not even asking for that. I'm literally just asking for a Crash Coco thing in Crash 4 where it's just like, you pick which one do you want to play as. In the plot, in the quote-unquote story, both of them are going to these places at the same time with each other, and in the cutscenes, they will be talking to each other and will be both there, but when you're playing as the one you pick. That's all I'm fucking asking for. I'm not asking for much. I'm literally asking for you to press, like, it's literally like, if choice equals 2, if choice equals 2, use Zelda fucking model. That's all I'm asking for. It's like, I'm not asking for like unique gameplay elements. I'm just asking for playable Zelda. Anyway, whose turn was it? I believe it's Kyle's turn because that was Hunter's little spiel on Breath of the Wild 2. What wild shit
before
have you got for
mine,
us?
Before I say mine, I just want to say I also had Breath of the Wild 2 with 2022 release date.
I think we all had it. And believe me.
Okay, moving on.
I think you should all believe me. If you weren't here on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, where I told you Nintendo's entire fucking release date because I am a genius and worked it all out thanks to the 2 Pokemon dates, should have been here, bitch. Pokemon Diamond, November. Pokemon Arceus, January. Legend of Zelda, Death of the Wild, March. Splatoon 3, June. Splatoon 4, July. Can't wait.
Kids attack us.
You're a kid, you're a squid.
You're a kid, you're a squid. You're a kid, you're a squid. Blame me. Anyway, Kyle.
Anyways, I think we're gonna see a new Monolith Soft project. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, X2, or Xenosaga Trilogy in HD. I think one of those 3 things is going to happen.
I wrote 2 down. Are you ready for this one, Cal? You'll laugh at this one. Finally, the game everybody has been waiting for escapes the Wii U. The classic Xenon of a video game, Yoshi's Woolly World. For those of you who like for those of you who like science jokes, Xenon is an odorless, colorless gas. I'm basically saying that Yoshi's Woolly World's a boring ass game, but because it sounded like Xeno, I just wanted to get Cal. I wanted to just bait Cal to think I was saying Xeno Chronicles X, but no. I don't actually. That was just that.
You forget I'm too monkey brain to know what science words mean.
I just thought if you heard the word, if you just started hearing me say Xeno, it was like, and then I'd just go Xenon, and you're like, oh, that's not wonderful. That wasn't.
I don't know what that word means.
Not that was. I just want to.
That wasn't in the homework.
I
appreciated the joke.
I want to specify that was just a joke. That's not an actual
world.
prediction. That's not an actual prediction. I don't think Yoshi's Woolly World is coming. But I just thought. Anyway, carry on. Monolith.
Yeah, I don't think Xenoblade X is gonna get ported.
Neither do I.
People have pressed Monolith Soft on this before, and they said the game's way too big to get ported to the Switch. So, I bring this up all the time on the podcast. Open world bigger than Breath of the Wild's. Like, think about it.
Honestly, like people
It's
are
not
always
gonna happen.
people are always like, when's X2? And I honestly don't know if we'll ever see X2. Like, genuinely, I don't know if we'll ever see it because it didn't do great on Wii U, obviously, because the Wii U was a fucking shit show. So it didn't do that hot. It's never going to get ported because it's too complex of a video game to port, and it's so built into the Wii U that literally even Monolith has said this is too difficult for us to do, and we'd have to And just the fact that they released Xenoblade 2 and DE, and they were huge fucking successes, especially 2, was such a huge success that I highly doubt that they're going to go back to a spin-off again. I genuinely don't.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like you've got a higher chance of Xeno 3.
More.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
And
even a
because,
sequel to 1 or 2. I genuinely think you've got a higher chance of getting a fucking successor story to 1 or 2 or Xeno 3 more than you do getting an X2. And that's saying something, because I don't think you're going to get a successor story to 1 or 2 either. But I feel like they're more likely.
Xenoblade 2-2.
Yeah. But now,
Xenoblades 2.
Here's the thing: is I put that the next Xenoblade is not shown as a prediction, but it's not one that I'm confident enough to go counter on you with, because Monolith has been ramping up its development studio. It's huge now. It's like they've hired so many new people, and they are obviously working on another game. They are probably helping with development of Breath of the Wild 2. They are probably helping with development of Splatoon 3 as well, probably knowing Monolith. But they still have plenty of people to work on new projects, and I feel like there is a high chance of a Xenoblade 3 happening. Do I think it's going to get announced now? I don't think Xenoblade 3 isn't happening. I just feel like, is it too soon? Are they going to announce it this soon? Is my question. Is realistically, if they started working in 2018 after Torna on it, maybe in 2018, is it ready? I don't know. It'll be an interesting one.
I think it'd be ready enough by now to have something to show, depending on how much of the team has been divvied up amongst Nintendo to work on other stuff.
True. It's just one of those games where I'm sitting there where I'm like, if that game's coming out next year, is that a game where they're going to just tell us about it next year and do what they did with Xenoblade 2, where they announced it at January and they said that it was coming this year, and everyone laughed and said, yeah, no, it's fucking not. It's a Xenoblade game. It's not coming out this year. And then at E3, they were like, it's coming in December, and everyone was like, yeah, right, is it fucking coming out in December? And then it actually hit. Which still, to be fair, Xenoblade 2 actually hitting 2017, I still think is the biggest shock of the century.
Oh, yeah.
In some ways, I feel like it shouldn't have, and it should have just been pushed a little bit, just polish a bit, like bits and pieces up, localize it a bit more. But I'm surprised it hit. And to be fair, they've had plenty of time. Xeno 3 could hit late this year if they really wanted, if they had really been working on it. I don't think it's going to happen though. I feel like maybe 2022. But no, I feel like something Monolith will show up, definitely.
Yeah, and my thought process with Xenosaga Trilogy getting HD'd was that Bandai Namco is also going to be at E3. So,
yeah, maybe.
You never know.
Maybe. You never know.
Who knows?
Speaking of new...
It's just my dumb monkey brain really wanting people to play this game. Please, guys, it's really, really good. It's all I've been thinking about since April.
Here's mine for another game in another franchise. A new Fire Emblem is announced, 2022. They've doubled down.
It's about that time, isn't it?
Yeah, they've doubled down on the social system features it stole from visual novels. It'll feature multiple paths like Three Houses, but they will specify that it is fewer paths and that the paths lead to very differing stories. And I've put in brackets, they won't. Because it's Fire Emblem.
Yes.
Of course, it's fucking not gonna lead that differently. But, I feel like it's time.
Dude, I hope they don't do branching paths again. I'm so tired of that. Honestly, it's so exhausting to go through
it
every Fire
more
Emblem.
when these games are that branch paths are shorter. Like Emily is
Yeah.
Away, I just played, and that has like several endings, and that's only like a 4-hour game, so I could potentially be like, okay, maybe I'll try to get the good ending since one of those exists in this version.
Yeah.
My problem with the branching paths isn't necessarily the fact that there are branching paths, it's just the fact that the quality dips, where it's like, in Three Houses, there's 4 branching paths, and one of them is way shorter than the others, and that one's the interesting one, where you're like, there's 3...
I would rather have one really good story than like 4 mediocre ones.
Same,
For the
and that's
sake
why I
of-
attach to Awakening so much.
You see, I agree, and I'm either or. I feel like recently, with the way that they've been going, I feel like they feel like branching paths is a part of Fire Emblem now in a weird way, where they did fucking... Was it Fates that had the fucking multiple stuff, and then
It was Fates that started it,
and now
then
they've carried it
they
with Three
Pokemon'd?
Houses. Yeah, well, they did
Echoes
Pokemon.
had you
yeah.
following 2 characters
Yeah,
as well, Alm and Celica.
and now Three Houses.
That's 3 games in a row that they've done it, and it's just so exhausting to play.
Especially because I don't play all the paths. I just like committed to a path, and I committed
That's
to one path.
probably what I would do.
I committed to the path that I thought was most interesting, and to be fair, with Three Houses, the way Three Houses works, Hunter, is basically there are 4 paths, but 3 of them are extremely similar, where they basically follow the exact same path. You're affiliated to a different group, and one of them
Isn't the 4th path like a sub path of one of those 3 paths or something like that?
It's a branching path, but that path is more interesting because it goes down a different route, and you go down the opposite way of the story, and it's more interesting. It's just like 3/4. It's like 2/3 or 3/4 of the length of the other ones because they didn't have enough time to finish it.
Well, that's a bummer.
Basically,
Fire Emblem is one of those
yeah.
games I would actually keep multiple saves for.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, I don't
Well-
feel like playing the beginning of this game again. I'll just make this.
Yeah, but you
decision
see, you
here.
can't because the paths are tied to the 3 houses. There's a path for each of the houses, and one of the houses has a branching point. That's the way that it works. Is essentially, but no, I feel like
And
they're
also,
gonna
you
keep it.
choose the house at the start of the game.
And you choose the house at the very start of the game. Yeah.
Oh, it feels
So-
bad, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's why
I
I
figured
it's
that
why
would
I
be
haven't
something
replayed
that
it.
happened, like right before you do the silly
No.
time skip or whatever,
That's-
where people get eye patches.
That's why I haven't played it again.
Eye patches and
The
bushy
Fire
beards.
Emblem 3 Houses expert right here.
I liked Three Houses a lot. Like, I enjoyed it for what it was quite a bit, and I liked the characters a lot. But yeah, it's a lot to play through, and I'm just like, yeah. But I do think they're gonna double down with the visual novel Persona-esque kind of character development. I feel like that's the one thing everyone's unanimously agreed is, oh, that's actually a decent idea for Fire Emblem, is having you get closer to your fucking characters before they die is a good idea. And I hope they do it again, but I hope
Hopefully it's more Persona-like and less,
I hope they don't half-arse it
Danganronpa-like.
like they did with, because like literally fucking, if we can recreate the Fire Emblem Three Houses confidant system, it is, let's put a JPEG behind them and have the 2 models stare at each other and do fucking,
Not move.
not move, and just let's do like literally just like up and down movements of their mouth and like faces, and just do like head
It's
movements.
red versus blue.
Yeah, basically, that's basically what they do. But yeah, that's my one hope. Also, more interesting protagonist than Byleth, please. Thank you.
I mean,
Um,
Plank from Ed, Edd, and Eddy would have been a more interesting protagonist.
also,
but
just one little nitpick: make the UI smaller, for the love of God, please. Because why the hell are the text boxes like up to here? Like, I'm looking at people and I'm like, I can't see your fucking face because the text box is in the way, bud. Like, I can't see shit because the character, we're like, we're going to do a Persona where the character portraits are in a little fucking thing here and the text is like this, but we're going to make the character portraits fucking huge and take up too much of the screen, and the text box isn't opaque enough for you to fucking see what's behind it. I'm like, let's go. Doesn't matter anyway because
Good
they didn't
work,
animate anything
Incest.
behind it. But anyway, it's probably going to happen. We're probably going to see more Fire Emblem. It's going to come out next year,
Probably.
but we're probably going to see it. Anyway, Hunter. Next prediction, Hunter.
Speaking of things that are like about that time, I feel like it's been long enough since the last Star Fox game that Nintendo's gonna dust that off for its
My
occasional
man,
thing.
I have Star Fox on my list too.
You're both horrible people. Why the fuck are you willing that back into existence?
I'm just saying it's probably what they're gonna do because of all of the of all the like ones that Nintendo seems to pay less attention to but remembers exists from time to time.
Star Fox.
Star Fox gets more attention than like
F-Zero.
Metroid or F-Zero. It'll probably just be a repeat of 64 with shiny graphics again. But,
do you want to know what I honestly...
That's what every
it's
Star
about that
Fox game
time.
is.
Do you want to know what I honestly think about Star Fox? I honestly think that people shat on the last one so much that they honestly are just not going to make another one. I genuinely think that that's how it's going to be. I honestly believe that Star Fox is dead with Star Fox Zero, that people shat on it that much. Genuinely. I genuinely think that they aren't going to try again. Or if they are going to try, not for a while. My opinion is, if someone's going to try, it's going to be someone
when did
else.
Zero come out?
2015? 16?
2015, I think.
It was 15 or 16.
That's been a while at this point, is the thing.
I just don't see them making another one. I just don't see them making another one, to be honest. Maybe that's just because I don't want that. But hey.
Yeah.
April 21st, 2016. That doesn't
it got
sound
delayed.
right.
It got delayed because it was supposed to be 2015, but it got delayed.
I thought it was 2016, but you guys were saying 15, and I was like, all right.
Right.
But
I thought it was 2015.
That is... you see, I just believe Star Fox is dead. Prove me wrong, but...
I don't know. When has Nintendo ever been one to actually care when people complain about their games?
I honestly...
Ayo.
It didn't sell either. That's my thing, is it didn't sell. No one fucking bought Star Fox Zero. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think you got a high chance of getting F-Zero back, and I think that's not coming back either.
I mean, that would be nice, and that'd be what I'd like to see more.
I just don't see it happening.
I can make peace with playing Star Fox 64 for the rest of my life because they keep making Star Fox 64 anyway.
Anyway, I digress. We'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. Kyle.
I think that we're gonna get more information on Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Oh, do you?
I do. You got a problem with that, Ethan?
I don't.
You want to fucking fight about it?
Square up, scumbag.
Fight me. Meet me at Home Depot.
In the streets.
No. Anyway, carry on. Go. Explanation. What are you expecting?
Explanation?
Well, yeah, what are you expecting?
I think we're going to get a bit of a story breakdown. A bit of a lore dump, if you will.
Okay.
Some expository banter. I didn't have anything prepared for this. I thought you were just going to say, damn, Kyle, that's a stupid idea, and move on.
Why do you think they're going to talk about this instead of the remakes?
Because
no one cares about the remakes.
Also, yeah.
I
feel like
everything
people
they
already
can.
know what the remakes are going to be about.
Hunter,
like,
they've advertised the remakes as changing fucking nothing. So it's like, okay, cool. Guess we're just not talking about
like
it.
At this point, I think Legends is the more attractive game to consumers
Same.
than the remakes are.
I mean, I agree. It's just...
Here's my thing is, I don't think they're showing Pokemon because they just announced the release dates on fucking Twitter like a week ago. A week and a half ago. Why the fuck would you do that if they're going to be showing at E3? I honestly think that that's them basically going, not at E3. Or if they are, they'll be like, be sure to tune into the Pokemon showcase coming next week. And it's like, yeah, whatever. Here's my thing, right? I don't think they're going to show Arceus because I think they're waiting for Switch Pro. I think the Switch Pro is not getting shown before E3. And they specifically said we're talking about
first
software.
Of all, they're running out of time.
Yeah, they're running out of time. And two, because I feel like they've said we're working on software. We're showing software in 20. They said that because they knew everyone would literally be in the chat going, "Where's Switch Pro? Where's Switch Pro? Where's Switch Pro?" And And I think they're just going to wait. And I feel like the next time we're going to see Arceus, they're going to show it on the Switch Pro hardware. Like, genuinely. I think that's genuinely what they're going to do. And everyone's going to go, oh, this game looks great. And then we see the fucking regular Switch version. It runs like donkey dick. And you're like, oh, God, here we go, dude. Like, fucking poopy frame rate. Chimeco's out there running at 2 FPS. You're like, ah. I don't know.
That was a funny shout. I wasn't expecting you to say Chime Echo.
Yeah.
That's what it was in the trailer.
That's what it was in the trailer, was the fucking
That's
Chime
what people
Echo.
latched onto, was the 2 FPS Chime Echo.
Yeah, he fucking had 2 frames of animation. It was playing once every 2 seconds. It was great.
It's just a PowerPoint, dude.
I guess
in
that's a memory.
In this presentation. But no. I don't know. I just feel it's weird that they announced the dates. I just feel like they're not going to show up. Or if they do, they'll announce like a Pokemon Presents and then they'll show Pokemon Sleep or something with it. I don't know. Where's Pokemon Sleep? What happened to Pokemon Sleep? That never came out.
I don't know.
Damn.
What happened to Pokemon Smile?
It overstepped. It missed the release date.
God, yeah, Pokemon Smile got depressed. Anyway. Yeah, we'll see on the Pokemon front. It'll be interesting. Do I have any more first-party predictions? I have. Actually, I have quite a few still.
Oh boy.
Rapid
fire. Let's go.
I'll say what. Yeah, I'll just say this one quickly. Splatoon 3 does not make an appearance. Splatoon 3 is not
Correct.
showing up.
Absolutely true.
Yeah,
Also,
true.
Wind Waker and Twilight Princess will also not show up at this direct.
Also correct.
I think the most you'll get is they may say after they'll be like. They'll be like Skyward Sword is releasing in July, and look forward to Wind Waker and Twilight Princess releasing later this year. And they won't say how they're releasing it or what, like if it's a double pack or anything. They'll just name drop saying we're releasing them later this year, so that they're covering their arses so that people won't get pissed off when it is a double pack and they've realized they've paid $60 for one and then they're about to pay $60 for two and they feel robbed on Skyward Sword. But no, I don't think either of those are going to show up, so I've said those. The only ones that I have left for actual Nintendo that aren't third party are smaller ones. Animal Crossing gets a new update that adds something players want. I've literally wrote, I'm out of Animal Crossing now, so I have no clue what's in and what isn't in the game at this point, so... Animal Crossing fans may be happy, but I feel like there'll be an Animal Crossing update that they'll just briefly go, here's what's coming in summer for Animal Crossing. Fuck all. Thanks for 30 million sales, guys. Here's my other one, right? So here's my actual one that I'll get. This is my actual prediction, right? A lot of people have been saying Super Mario Party 2? Question mark? I feel like it could go either way. Some people think the multiplayer release was a stress test for Mario Party 2. My bet is...
It is really weird that they just, like, updated
that.
Blue.
Yeah, and people...
2 years after it released?
The two kind of bets are, is it because they're doing DLC or is it because they're stress testing for a sequel? My bet is on DLC. My bet is a new DLC update to Super Mario Party is announced. There'll be 2 sections, a paid add-on, which includes 2 new boards and 2 characters. Just for shits and giggles, I guess them. One board will be based on Donkey Kong, and the other one will be based on Captain Toad, and Captain Toad will be the first character, and Funky Kong will be the second character. Those are the 2 characters you'll get.
Yeah, Funky Kong.
The second
new funky mode.
The new funky. They'll call it new funky mode or something like DLC. The second part is a free DLC update which adds over 20 new mini games to the pile. The mini games will be free. The boards and the characters will be paid. That is the way that that's my prediction for Mario Party. Simultaneously, they could just do a new Mario Party, to be honest. But I feel like they didn't do that update just for shits and giggles. I feel like they're like either DLC or a new Mario Party. I'm going with new Mario Party. And hopefully the new boards, the new DLC, the 2 new boards are actually good and not shit like the ones that are in Super Mario Party. Is what you hope. But there you go. That's my Mario Party DLC prediction. Hunter, do you have any others?
I'll throw this one out there, I guess, because I was reading about it the other day.
Oh God, he's been
Donkey
reading.
Kong.
Oh, you got
3D, the 3D Donkey Kong from the Odyssey team.
I have got
Sure,
that on
let's
here
throw
as
that
new
out
Donkey
there.
Kong platformer announced for Switch. It'll be released in October.
Oh, and
That's what
this
I thought.
one is more of a long shot. Astral Chain 2
Really?
announcement.
Oh, fucking hell.
Just because
I have more to platinum.
the further away the longer we go without hearing about Bayonetta 3, the more I believe that an Astral Chain 2 will come out before it.
Maybe.
So, yeah.
But no, Donkey Kong I feel like is happening, but I also, like, Donkey Kong is one of those things where I can see them making a Donkey, like, some people have said it's the Odyssey team, some people are saying it's just people at Nintendo, Nintendo are working on it, they don't know what team it is, some people are saying it's the Odyssey team. I see it happening. I also feel like Nintendo is stupid if they don't make an Odyssey 2 anytime soon, because fuck my life, like, that was one of the best selling 3D Marios ever, and they still haven't made a sequel to it. We're going to get Breath of the Wild 2 before an Odyssey 2. I'm not putting it as a prediction because I feel like this Donkey Kong game sounds legit. But I would not be surprised if that team's working on 2 games, this Donkey Kong game and the Mario Odyssey 2, and that's next year. I would not be surprised. But no. Solid predictions. Kyle?
On the subject of Mario spin-offs,
Oh no.
Mario Kart 9 is not gonna happen. In my research, I saw a lot of people. In my research, I saw a lot of people saying
really
Mario
think it's
Kart
gonna
9's
happen,
gonna
dude.
show
People
up.
really
It's
think
not
it's
gonna
gonna
fucking happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Mario Kart 8 last year sold more than FF7 Remake and Miles Morales. Like, people are still out there buying Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 9's not gonna happen.
At a certain point, you have to wonder who's left that doesn't have it.
I mean, I don't own it.
Neither do I, is the funny thing.
Hell
It
yeah,
is.
brother.
I
Like-
definitely do. See you somewhere.
So, like, Mario Kart and Mario Party are like those 2 pumpkin spice games that you get for the people who come over to play with you. And
Exactly.
I'm
I don't have people
antisocial,
coming
so I don't
over.
have people coming over and asking me to play Mario Party or Mario Kart. And my
I don't
friend
have
who has
people
a
playing
Switch
it online
has that
either.
anyway, so...
Mhm.
As someone that
I'll
had a
look 'em
Wii
up.
U, I played 150 hours of Mario Kart 8 on Wii U. And then as someone who bought it on Switch as well,
Jesus.
I put like another 60 hours on it on the Switch as well. I've put like 210 hours. I'm ready
Jesus.
for new tracks and a new Mario Kart. I'm done with that
Well,
one, but we're not getting a new
I
one.
hope you keep being ready, because you're not getting one.
Right. I feel like
I don't mean to be so negative, but
I think- right.
I don't see it happening.
I do, but not now.
When the Switch is ready to die, they're going to
No.
put out Mario Kart 9 so they can deluxe
I
it
honestly-
for the next
there's a
console.
Next year, maybe. I feel like there is a very small chance that next year we are genuinely. There's a small part of me that honestly thinks that with the Switch Pro coming out, I feel like 2022 is going to be year 1 Switch again to a T, where I am 100% at this point convinced that we're getting Breath of the Wild 2, Splatoon 3, Mario Odyssey 2, probably
Are we
Xenoblade
getting
3,
ARMS too?
probably ARMS 2 on the Switch Pro.
Legs.
And then I would not be surprised if Mario Kart then comes out when the Switch Pro is a
Elbows.
thing. That's when I see them doing it, not now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they will eventually. I feel like people are always like the way you said, Hunter, earlier about Star Fox. When's the game being shit stop Nintendo from making another fucking one? And I'm like, very true. I see what you did there. I agree. But
I agree.
at the same time, when has something being successful ever stopped Nintendo from just copy and pasting and making that shit again? Like, when has it? Pokemon, technically, if we want to talk about it, Pokemon is always one of the top-selling games on its console. So why does Pokemon come out every fucking year? Why do they make one every year when they could technically just make one,
It's easy.
have it sell a shit ton of copies? So is Mario Kart. Don't act as if Mario Kart's a fucking trial by fire of a video game development cycle. Pokemon,
Yeah, but Pokemon is just copy-paste.
so is fucking Mario Kart. Just change the fucking tracks. Literally. It's not hard. Anyway, I digress. Pokemon comes out every year, and it sells a shit ton of copies. And they're just like, yep. Make another one. And just because when Brilliant Diamond and Shitty Pearl come out this year, it's not going to stop Sword and Shield from selling. It's not going to stop Let's Go from selling, because they're just going to keep selling. Those games are evergreen. They're just going to keep selling. Mario Kart, will 100% be the same way. I believe you'll get to a point, and I think Nintendo's starting to probably think that they're getting to this point, where with 35 million copies sold of this game, they're probably starting to reach saturation point where it'll be beneficial for them to release a Mario Kart 9, not because they're thinking, oh no, that's going to stop Mario Kart 8 sales, because they're thinking, oh, Mario Kart 8 will continue selling to those chumps that still haven't somehow bought it, but we can start getting some of those 35 million to double dip.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to start doing. And
not to mention how many of those 35 million are dumb kids who will just want the shiny
exactly.
thing.
People will buy Mario. Like people are like, oh, only one Mario.
How many of those
Kart.
35 million are the dumb adults who just want the shiny thing?
We're living in a world where they think that
There you go.
We're living in a world where they think they can release 2 Splatoons on the same fucking console. Of course they're going to release a second Mario Kart. I 100% believe Mario Kart 9 will happen. It's just I don't think it's going to be announced at this E3. I just don't. But I think it's going to happen.
It's also just interesting because we've never had more than one Mario Kart released on a console before.
No.
But we're in this weird state where the Switch
Yeah.
launched with Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm. We're also, in that weird position where we've never had a console launch with the last console's Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It's not like we're talking about Mario Kart 9 got released at the start of the Switch and we're talking about a Mario Kart 10. We're talking about
We're talking about Mario Kart 8 from 2014
being ported in 2017, and here we are in 2021 thinking, will they make an actual one? And I think
still playing Mario Kart 8.
I 100% think they will. Like I say, I think it's going to get to a point now where I feel like the reason it sold 10 million last year was because of 100% because of COVID and because of all those new Switch sales. I think you are going to start to hit saturation point where it's not going to sell 10 million this year. It's not going to sell more than last year this year. It just isn't.
No.
And I feel like they will start getting to a point where they're like, those 35 million people, they'll double dip. A lot of them will. Well, like, I bet you they're probably thinking, yeah, let's say Switch has got 4 years left. Let's say that theoretically Mario Kart 8 sells another 20 million units in those 4 years, right? There's probably a point where they're like, but if we release in Mario Kart 9, we'll probably still sell another 10 million of Mario Kart 8, and then sell another 25 to 30 million of Mario Kart 9, and we'll probably end up better off doing that than we would have just leaving Mario Kart 8. That's my thoughts on it anyway. I feel like it'll happen at some point.
Yeah.
When, though? Not this year.
Who knows?
Not
at E3.
I agree with you on that, though. The rest of mine are all...
Anyways, that's my list.
Is that it? You're done? I've got some third-party ones
I'm
real
out.
quickly. Hunter, have you got any left? Or are you done as well?
Are you talking like specifically for Nintendo's thing? Because I got
Yes.
miscellaneous stuff here.
I've got third parties that'll show up at Nintendo. I've got a couple. Do you want me to just say them? Because these are just for Nintendo.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, first one. Kingdom Hearts story so far comes to Nintendo Switch in late 2021. Square has run out of places to put this fucking thing and finally announced that Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain, 2, Birth by Sleep, and Dream Drop Distance are all coming on one cartridge. The movies for 358, Recoded and Union Cross, will be available but are a separate download because they're not on the cartridge. Kingdom Hearts 3 and 0.2 are not included. Just the PS2 games, essentially.
That's fair.
I think they're coming to Nintendo Switch. They've gone to the fucking Epic Games Store. I feel like they've run out of places to fucking crawl to at this point. So, there.
They haven't tried putting them on the phone yet.
They'll try it. Final two. Shin Megami Tensei 5 gets its release date. However, obviously everyone knows the Japanese release date is leaked and it's in November. My prediction is it's no longer a worldwide release date and will come out in Japan in November and will come out in the West in early 2022. People will accept that Atlas just can't do anything in a timely fashion. Atlas will blame COVID. That's my prediction. Is I don't think it'll come out in 2019 in Japan. It'll come out here in 2022. Final one.
2019 in Japan. That's bold.
Sorry, 2020.
Dude.
Sorry, 2021 in Japan. 2022.
Going back in time.
Yeah. I had 2019 on the brain. Don't know why. Final one.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to let it roll.
Yeah, why not? Final one for me is after the horrifying announcement of Persona 5 Royal coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Oh my god.
Nintendo fans will finally be excited when Atlus say that they have one more thing to give. And finally, on Nintendo Switch, Persona 4 Golden is announced.
I'd buy it.
Atlas will say
I'd buy
thank
it
you for
again.
supporting strikers on Switch and claim that Golden is a gift from them. It'll be released directly after the presentation. It will also be.
Nice.
It'll also silently be released on PS4 as well. It'll say they're coming to Switch, but then it's also coming to PS4 at the same time. That's
there were
my
a few third-party games that did like trailers for Nintendo Switch and PlayStation back in 2019 when PlayStation showed that.
Yeah, but no. I feel like Persona 4 Golden is 100% a thing that'll show up in a direct at some point. They did a PC port. Out of the Persona 5 coming to Xbox and Persona 4 Golden coming to Switch, I am more of the opinion that Persona 4 Golden coming to Switch is more likely. Just because I don't know if Xbox has paid yet. I know Persona 5 will come, but I feel like Golden's going to happen. We've been saying it for a while. When's Persona 4 Golden coming to PS4 and Switch? And I feel like it's been a year. Release the damn thing, Atlas. You've probably done the work.
Yeah.
And I feel like it'd fit right in with Shin Megami Tensei. Just have Atlas go, okay, one more thing. And then they play the fucking Persona 4 harmonica and I cringe because that song sucks.
Oh, they should do the piano thing from the title screen instead.
Bum, bum, bum. I just really hope that they're like,
one.
I really hope that...
Nevermore.
Yeah, I really hope that they're just like, we know you've been asking for Persona for a long time, so here, have a look. And then all the Persona 5 fans get excited, and then you just see the yellow show up, and then everyone, like, and then I'm just clapping because I'm like, fuck yes, let's go, dude, let's go.
Yeah.
That would be pretty great.
I mean, I will specify, if either 4 Golden or 5 are announced for Switch, I'll be buying it instantly, don't worry, because I'm a degenerate anyway. And who wouldn't?
Hell yeah.
Of course I'm buying fucking Persona 4. If they announce Persona 4 Golden for PS4 and Switch, I'll be one of those dirty double dippers where I'm just sitting there like, I've got it on the go. I've got it on I've got it on the PlayStation. I also have it on the Vita TV. I have it everywhere, dude. I'm just shitting Persona 4 Golden at this point. But no, that's my
Maybe
final
one of those
prediction.
scenarios where I could imagine it being like a digital only thing to start with.
Oh, 100%. I don't think they'll do a physical. I don't think they'll
Maybe do a physical edition later, and then I'll be like, oh, I guess I'll buy it for the other console
100%.
then.
Or if they do a physical, they'll do it with like limited run or something. They'll probably not do a full release.
Yeah.
And if they do release a physical,
limited
then I'll
run.
buy it again, and that'll be
Yeah, that's
real degen hours. Yeah. Anyway, those are my predictions.